Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Four rules of learning. Learn the foundations well. Practice well. Admit your mistakes without hesitation. Keep on correcting and reducing your mistakes. Don't get discouraged no matter what. Keep moving forward. Tajweed rules cheat sheet. The sound of zabar is a and it is at the top of a letter. The sound of zair is e and it is at the bottom of a letter. The sound of pesh is u and it is also at the top of a letter. The sound of standing zabar is also a but it is stretched for 1 second. The sound of standing zair is e with 1 second of stretching. The sound of reverse pesh is u with 1 second of stretching. The sound of double zabar is an. The sound of double zair is in. The sound of double pesh is un. Jazm. If a letter has a jazm on it, then we have to connect it with a letter behind it. If there is jazm on hamza, then we have to make the sound jerky while connecting it with the letter behind it. Qalqala. Qalqala letters are qaf, ta, ba, jim and dal. If there is jazm on any of these letters, then we produce the or a sound while connecting them with the letter behind. For qaf and ta is the a sound, while for ba, jim and dal is the sound. Vowleen. If any letter has zabar on it and next to it is waw with jazm, then we don't stretch the final sound. Waw madda. If any letter has pesh on it and next to it is waw with jazm, then we have to stretch the final sound for 1 second. Waw madda and reverse pesh create the same sound. Yailin. If any letter has zabar on it and next to it is ya with jazm, then we don't stretch the final sound. Ya madda. If any letter has zair below it and next to it is ya with jazm, then we stretch the final sound for 1 second. Ya madda and standing zair create the same sound. Alif madda. If any letter has zabar on it and next to it is an alif without any sign, then we stretch the final sound. Alif madda and standing zabar create the same sound. Ikhfa. The throat letters are hamza ha, ain ha, ghain kha. Version 1. If noon has a jazm on it and next to it is a letter which is not from the throat letters group, then we apply ikhfa on noon. The three rules of ikhfa are: read the sound of noon in your nose, stretch the sound for 1 second, do not touch your tongue anywhere while applying ikhfa. Version 2. If any letter has double zabar, double zair or double pesh on it and next to it is a letter which does not belong to the throat letters, then read the sound of the double zabar, double zair or double pesh and the letter in your nose. Stretch the sound for 1 second. Do not touch your tongue anywhere while applying ikhfa. Idgham version 1. If noon has a jazm on it and next to it is either waw or ya, then we have to mix up the sounds of the letter before noon, the noon itself and the letter next to it as well, and read this mixture in our nose. Make sure that the tongue does not touch anywhere while reading it. Also stretch the final sound for 1 second. For example, وَمَن يَقُولُ. If any letter has double zabar, double zair or double pesh on it and next to it is either waw or ya, then we have to connect that letter with waw or ya and mix up the sounds of the letter with double zabars, double zairs or double peshes with waw or ya, and then read the mixture in our nose. Being careful not to touch our tongue anywhere while producing the an, in or un sound respectively. Also stretch the final sound for 1 second. Tashdeed. If any letter has tashdid on it, then number 1, we connect that letter with the letter behind it. Number 2, we press that letter for half a second. And number 3, we read the second sign of that letter besides tashdid. Ghunna. If noon or meme have tashdid on any of them, then we apply ghunna by pressing the sound for 1 second instead of half a second. In the ghunna of noon, we press the tongue to the roof for 1 second. In the ghunna of meme, we keep our lips closed and pressed for 1 second. Iqlab. Whenever there is jazm on meme and next to it is ba, then we apply ghunna on meme. The small meme. When there is a small meme above noon with jazm, we skip the noon and connect the letter before noon with the small meme, applying ghunna on the meme. The shape of this small meme is different from the small meme of obligatory stop. Stopping on double zabar. If the last letter of a word has a double zabar on it and we are stopping, then we have to remove one zabar and stretch that letter with the remaining single zabar for 1 second. Stopping on round ta. If we are stopping on a word which ends with a round ta, then the round ta will turn into round ha, and whatever sign it has will turn into jazm. Even the double zabar turns into jazm when we stop on round ta. Stopping on standing signs. The standing signs do not change whether we read the word in regular mode or stopping mode. Round ta is just an exception. Stopping on madda letters. If a word ends with alif madda, waw madda or ya madda, then nothing changes whether we continue reading or stop. The length of the final sound will remain 1 second. Stopping on lean letters. Although in vowel and yaleen we do not stretch the sound, but if we are stopping on a word which has either vowel or yaleen in the last or second last position, then we have the option to stretch the final sound in order to beautify the recitation. However, in regular mode we must not stretch the sounds of vowel and yaleen. Stopping on ghunna. We have to press the sound for 1 second, whether we apply ghunna in regular mode or in stopping mode. Ghunna is always applied whenever a noon or a meme has tashdid on it, regardless of the reading mode. Signs of stopping. Whenever there is small lam alif on a word, we must not stop and continue reading. Whenever there is a small meme above a word, we must stop there on all costs, otherwise we will be sinful. On other signs like the small ta, small jim, small za, we have the option whether to stop or continue. I prefer stopping. Big mud and the small mud. Whenever a letter has a small mud, we stretch that letter for 2 seconds, while on big mud we have to stretch it for 4 seconds. The big and the small muds don't have a sound of their own. Their only purpose is to increase the length of a letter.